good.
From the Bill Freilich Athletic Center at UHAS McGinley Stadium at Penn Hills High School, this is the Coach's Corner. Sitting in for head coach Ron Graham this week, Penn Hills assistant coach DeMond Gibson. DeMond, it's been a long time since you've been on the show. Great to have you again. Folks may remember you as part of the 1995 championship team. You went on to play a stellar career at Pitt, also in the NFL, the IFL, the CFL. You name it, you've been there playing, but it's great to have you back coaching at Penn Hills.
That's good to be here. It's been about 10 years or so since I've been on the show. Actually 12, so I'm excited to be here. With you, you're still looking good and young, Bill.
I can't help it. But a lot of folks wonder, you've had that career where you've gone places, you've done things, but yet you've been back here the last several years coaching these kids at your alma mater. How important is it to you to come back and give back to the community here at Penn Hills?
I think it's really important. A lot of times guys, get a chance to get out and get into the different communities and different leagues, and you never get a chance to come back and give back and show the things that you've learned here in this program. It was very successful here at Penn Hills, and I think it's important for our players now to see that you can be successful coming out of this program, and if you work hard, if you do the things you're supposed to do, you can also have those and achieve your dreams also.
A lot of folks, when you're watching the show over the past several years, they see the head coach and me. They don't really see the behind the folks people, the assistant coaches, and Nick Sams is over there. Nick kind of runs the show in the locker room and everything. But there are a lot of Penn Hills people who've gone through the program who are now back here contributing to their alma mater.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that we want everyone to know is that we're all very proud of the tradition that we've had here at Penn Hills, and it's important for us to help come back and give to the legacy and let the younger guys know that, hey, this is how Penn Hills football has always been. If you work hard, if you come to practice every day, if you lift weights, then you can achieve your goal and you can have some success also coming out of this program.
You mentioned the tradition. I remember, when I was a lot younger back, Andy Urbanek was here, and you've gone through the number of coaches and, the athletic directors and whatnot since then. But there's always been the kids wear the blazers and the shirts and the ties, and now some other schools are starting to get into that. But it's always been that it was Penn Hills was always the only one that seemed to do that. But now that Penn Hills tradition seems to be catching on elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's important to know that every time we came out to a game, or we come out now, we wanted to approach each game like it was a business trip, like we were there for a particular reason. So, my philosophy has always been the better you look, the better you play. And that goes from the time you come out of the locker room till you get on the bus till you get off. So it's important for those guys to look neat, have some structure to them, and it also provides a certain amount of discipline.
It was funny, several years ago, I'm not sure, we were up at North Allegheny, and the kids, I don't know if it was before the game or after the game, but the kids were all back behind the press box area, the stadium area, and they were all congregating together, and they were in their shirts and ties and jackets, and there were these groups of North Allegheny parents who saw their kids coming out with their jerseys on and shorts and things, and they saw the Penn Hills kids and looked and said, why don't our kids do that? Why can't our kids be like the Penn Hills kids? And you see that and you hear that, and then you understand it, just what it means to be from Penn Hills.
Oh yeah, and the thing is that it's been like that for years, and that's the thing that myself and Coach Shafino and Coach Kirby, those guys that have came back and have played in this program, are letting our young guys know that, hey, there's a certain amount of pride that comes with playing for the Big Red. Just not coming here on Friday nights and saying I play for Penn Hills. It's a tradition, and we like to keep it going.
The kids this year obviously keeping the tradition going. Kind of, unfortunately for the kids' sake, thrown into a little bit of a beehive this year. What has your role been as far as, I know defensively, but also as far as keeping them insulated from what has gone on outside the program to just keep them focused on what they need to do?
Well, just, providing a shoulder for these guys to lean on, a old face that was, been around the program for some time. This is my fifth season with the Indians, actually, as a coach. And just to let them know, you have to really give a lot of credit to these kids. They've overcome a lot of obstacles this year. I think it's important for us in the community to remember that, no matter what's going on, we're still dealing with 15 to 16 to 17-year-old kids. And it's important that we make sure that we nurture these guys in the right direction and present a positive outlook for what the future may hold for them.
Last week, the team fell down 19-0 early. A lot of folks thought maybe the game was over at that point, that the kids were just going to, mail it in, which happens, understandably so. But yet the team fought back, took the lead late to ultimately lose it on a late field goal rolling over the crossbar there at the end, which was obviously very deflating. But yet this week in practice, the kids maybe get a little shot in the arm, a little boost in believing in themselves that, we were down 19-0 to a very good football team and came back to take the lead. I mean, has that been something that they've been building on this week going into conference play?
Well, yeah, definitely. I think that's the thing that as coaches we decided to look at. It's always easy to focus on the negative things, and there were a lot of negative things that may have happened. But the kids' ability to come back from 19 down and show that they actually had the ability to play and that they could play with anybody on any level. So we chose to focus on some of the positive things. There were a lot of positive things that happened in the game. It was just unfortunate that ball that hit the crossbar at the end didn't bounce our way. But fortunately for us, this will be the first week of conference play, so everybody's record is 0-0. So it really wouldn't have mattered if we went 4-0 or 1-3 like we did. Everybody starts over again, and now we're ready to get this big red train rolling.
A lot of key injuries on the Indians. Kids still sitting out this week. Some kids banged up who are only playing offense instead of playing offense and defense because of injuries. The Plum Mustangs have been, shall we say, rebuilding. And you kind of get a break in the fact that they are doing that as opposed to like Woodland Hills and Central, who are playing each other this week. But you have Plum this week, and then you have the short week. Next week, we're playing Central Catholic on Thursday night. Not to put anything against the Plum program, but, it has to be advantageous for you guys to get somebody who's not as strong as, say, Woodland Hills or Central Catholic in the opener.
Well, the thing that we've been trying to stress to the players, and we've been stressing this the whole season, we're not really concerned about who we're playing. We're concerned about doing the things that we do well. We want to execute our plays offense and defensively, special teams. We want to make sure that we get down the field, tackle, make sure that we provide ourselves with excellent field position when we can. And we want to make sure that we play hard, no matter who we play. 11 guys to the football, everybody giving everything they can, for the program and for themselves.
Plum has been beat up pretty bad in non-conference play for the first 4 games. But yet they're playing Penn Hills this week. So is this – you kind of instilling in these kids that, they haven't really shown anything this year, but they'd still make their season to come up and kick you guys in the behind.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you have a Penn Hills Plum game, it's almost you almost could take the game to Heinz Field. There's just that much excitement around the facilities. Everybody wants to do good. It's a right down the street rivalry. So some of these kids see each other, whether they're out in the community or playing basketball together. So you get bragging rights. So it would make their season to beat us, and it would definitely make our season to continue our thing and try to get a win.
How tough is it week in and week out that Penn Hills always seems to have a target on them no matter who they play? Whenever the Indians go out to play a team, or they're playing Plum or Fox Chapel or whoever, it's not a make-or-break game for the season unless you're playing like maybe Woodland Hills or Central Catholic. But yet every team that you play, if they beat Penn Hills, it makes their season. So every week you have a big target on you.
And I think that is part of the tradition of being here at Penn Hills. What other opportunity or program would you like to be in where every week you come out, you know that you have to put your best foot forward because everyone's looking to knock you off. It keeps your level of playing up. It makes the tradition a lot better. It makes the rivalries better. So it makes you really want to be part of the Penn Hills organization. And
a lot of folks may not understand, too, that you also help out whenever you can with the midgets. Your son, Damon Jr., plays for the Braves this year.
The Braves.
Plays for the Braves, and in a few years he may be up here. How special would that be? You're still here coaching, and your son's going to be up here playing.
I think it would probably be harder on them because us dads are always harder on the kids. But I think it would be an excellent thing for him. I've definitely tried to instill the tradition of the game. And the Penn Hills area and some of the things we did. So if he can continue the legacy of some of the great players that have come through here and some of the great players that are actually in this locker room right now, I would be extremely excited about that.
So do you think it would be easier on him when he comes up here knowing that he'd be a skill player?
He might be a skill player. I'm not sure if he's going to quite get my size. We'll see. There's other factors at work, but whatever he wants to do, as long as he's successful, that's the same thing I tell these kids in the locker room. Whatever you want to do, put your best foot forward and really excel at what you're trying to do.
Speaking of size, I'm glad to have you on. You're one of the few people that can make me look thin. Damon and I have that kind of relationship.
That's
We've
right.
had that for many years where, we could jab at each other, but
That's
we
right.
have a lot of fun. But, for years you've been teasing me about getting on, and Ron Graham kind of called you on it this week, said, okay, Damon, there you go. But, it's been great having you. This has been a lot of fun, and I think we should do this again sometime.
I think I enjoyed it. Maybe we should also have the Coach Graham corner, and then we can have the Coach Gibson corner, and we can talk about some different perspectives. And maybe I can interview you.
Well, that's fine. I don't know if I'd have enough to say, but that's fine. Seniors of the week, carrying on the tradition, you brought the receivers with you, the 3 Bs, Bailey, Berryman, and Brown.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, these 3 young men have done a tremendous opportunity to show their skills every week. With Coach Belinsky coming in, bringing a new offense, these gentlemen have done an excellent job in picking up the schemes and running the routes, and they have an excellent coach in Jake Schifino, who by his own right is a Penn Hills legend and has a lot of NFL experience, and so he's bringing those intangibles that they need to run routes hard, to make sure you get both feet in bounds. I mean, these guys are making NFL catches right now, and it's really spectacular to see.
I mean, look at Bailey's been solid last week. Dante Brown, key catches on 3rd down, conversions on the touchdown drive to take the lead. And Tyler Berryman, what about that touchdown catch last week in the end zone?
Right. I mean, unbelievable. I mean, these guys, the focus that these 3 gentlemen are putting into their position, the focus that they're putting into the game, the focus that they're putting into learning each playbook. I mean, learning the playbook, learning each plays, exactly what routes to run, if I should be on the hash, if I should be on the numbers, if I'm stepping left here, stepping right. I mean, these guys are really, really focusing in, and I'm proud to just watch them play. It's interesting being on defense because you get a chance to kind of watch them play after I make my adjustments. So it's almost like being a fan with the best seat in the house.
Of course, the longer they're on the field, the better it is for your defense,
yes,
too, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, Damon, thank you very much for coming on. Like I said, let's do this again sometime, and best of luck the rest of the season, of course, starting off with conference play against Plum.
Thanks a lot, Bill.
Coming up next, our Seniors of the Week as the Coach's Corner continues here on Comcast. Our Seniors of the Week, the law firm of Brown, Bailey, and Berryman, the receiving corps of Tyler Berryman, Dante Brown, and Brandon Bailey of the 2008 Penn Hills Indians. Tyler, let's start with you. One heck of a touchdown catch last week at North Allegheny. You want to talk about it?
Well, I just thought Tommy honestly was going to just leave me out of the end zone, and I guess I just caught the ball and just got my feet in, or it was a force out, something, but I got my feet in.
But you got the call.
Yeah, I got the touchdown. I tried to jump up, but I fell a couple of times trying to see what the ref was signaling.
Now, last week you guys were down 19-0. You came back to take the lead. How big of a lift was that confidence-wise for you guys, even though ultimately the ball rolled over the crossbar at the end?
Yeah, it was pretty big to come back from that much of a deficit. But if we play like that all the time, then we'll have that ring.
So the Indians have always been traditionally a strong running team, and they have strong running backs again this year. And obviously, they want to get into the running game. But yet, whenever the 3 of you guys go out there and you start making these catches like you guys have been doing, do you see them working you guys more and more into the game plan?
Yeah, they try to get us into the game plan as much as they can because we have a lot of talent at the position. So Coach Belinsky and Coach Graham try to work us in there and get all the catches.
So this week, conference play starts. What would you like to see the team accomplish this week? Obviously a victory, but more so, looking more at X's and O's. What would you like to see the team come out with Friday night?
No turnovers, no penalties. Just everybody do what they're supposed to do and get that victory. So
is there a reason why anytime there's a holding call, the team always seems to point to you?
Well, the Butler game when Teddy broke for like a 50-yard run and I was blocking downfield, I slipped and I was holding the defender. And now every time we're in the huddle and there's a holding call, they always say, Tyler, why did you hold? And I'm like, I did not do anything. What's up with that?
You just give up the whole meet. So it's just a matter of just like everybody being loose and just having a little bit of fun out there in the huddle with you, then, right?
Yeah, Brandon Eifel's really the one that says something.
Well, he doesn't get to comment until next year. Dante, looking back to North Allegheny, late in the game, the team's starting at the 8-yard line, get a couple of big third down plays. Tommy comes to you, you make some big catches. That had to be a big lift for you confidence-wise.
Well, confidence-wise, it helped me out a lot. Last year I had a couple of drops that really hurt me, but this year, caught the ball, making big plays. That's what everybody wants me to do, and now I'm producing, so pretty happy about that.
So you find that whenever, the game's on the line and you make those big catches like that, more and more that you think the ball is going to be coming to Dante Brown?
Yeah, I think so. It just makes me feel good, and it just makes me feel like I have a swagger on the field.
So, obviously a disappointing result last week at North Allegheny, but yet coming back from the big deficit to take the lead, that has to be a lift going into conference play starting this week.
Oh, yeah. As long as we just started out the way we did at the end of the North Allegheny game, come in the Plum game, do what we have to do, get this first conference victory, that'll definitely be a big conference booster. Just be a big booster.
What are you hoping to accomplish this year for Dante Brown?
Well, I'm hoping to accomplish a lot of things, but I'm really trying to be a team player, help out the team, whatever the team needs. That's what I'm trying to do.
And let's go moving on to Brandon Bailey down on the end. Brandon, these guys a couple of big catches last week, but yet you've been solid as well this year, getting your opportunities to get out and play. What are you looking to accomplish for yourself this year?
Me, I'm just trying to put my name out there as best I can, because obviously I'm in the shadow sort of, but I'm up and coming, and now this week I'm gonna be on defense, so hopefully that'll work out and let things go from there. See what happens.
So which would you prefer to play, the offense or the defense?
I play offense and touchdowns.
Is that what it is?
TV.
It's trying to get on the TV, the name in the paper. Is that what it is? But yet, still they're putting you on defense. You make the most of trying to go out and hit somebody.
Yeah. If I can't make one catching it, I'll make someone hitting somebody that's catching it.
So it's the kind of thing where you think, this is when I get to hit somebody without getting in trouble.
Yeah, exactly. Knock somebody out.
What do you hope the team can accomplish this week against Plum? Obviously building on coming back last week against North Allegheny, but whether you had won all four games or now you're coming in 1-3, still you're starting off this week 0-0. So what would you like to see the team accomplish this week?
First and foremost, a win. That'll definitely help, or run in the distance if you come out early and win and beat Plum, because obviously the rival, we want to put them in the ground. So. A win, but most of all, we want to see our team work together, especially without a playmaker like Dan playing this week. So we want to see how we can fare without him in conference play.
What are your goals for the season and your senior year?
Season and my senior year, I don't know, just to be remembered as a hard worker and hopefully make it to the next level and show people you can do it on and off the field.
What can we expect from Brandon Bailey after you graduate?
NFL.
Well, that's lofty goals.
Yeah.
You reach for the stars. You might just make it someday.
Maybe.
But you plan on going to college?
Oh yes, sir.
And
definitely.
What are you going to study?
I plan on majoring in business management and entrepreneurship.
Great, businessman.
Yeah, I love business.
Wonderful. Well, best of luck to you, not only in your senior year, but also once you graduate and move on, and make sure you stay in touch with the program and carry on the Penn Hills tradition.
Definitely.
Dante Brown, what can we expect from you your senior year? Not only in football, but also until you graduate in June.
Well, I plan on to finish the football season pretty strong. Then after football season, I have the basketball season. That's also a big thing in my life. So after high school, I plan on it's either between football or basketball. So I don't know.
So obviously you want to go on to college.
Yeah, I'll probably go on to college. I'll get probably get a scholarship on either football or basketball. So I'm working hard towards that.
And what would you like to study once you get into school?
Right now I'm undecided, but it might be between English or business. So I'm not too sure yet.
Okay, well, best of luck to you. And as I said to Brandon, make sure after you graduate and as you start moving years away from your high school years here at Penn Hills, you stay in touch and remain a part of the Penn Hills tradition.
Oh yes, definitely.
Tyler Berryman. So you got to hear me ask the first two, so you've been thinking about the answers all the way down here, so I'm going to ask you some different questions. No, we're not. What are you looking to accomplish this year, not only as far as football, but for you personally through your senior year at Penn Hills?
Well, I just want us to win and hopefully get a scholarship somewhere, D1, D2, D3. It really doesn't matter. I just want to further my education and play football somewhere.
Well, I mean, if somebody offers you a scholarship to play ball somewhere, I mean, and further your education, obviously, as someone who paid school loans back for 10 years, that's really got to be a big help.
Yeah, it would be a big help.
So what would you like to study whenever you get to college?
Criminal justice or video broadcasting, something like that.
Okay, so
those two.
You've seen a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff, so you should really you want to get into video broadcasting and things.
Yeah.
See, obviously, he's seen some things that you haven't seen. But best of luck to you. And as I said to your compadres over there, that once you graduate and you move on, you see a lot of Penn Hills alums coming back to help coach. And obviously, it's the kind of thing that's a Penn Hills tradition they want to carry on here that, you guys are obviously something to look forward to, years down the line.
Yeah, that might be an option, too. Come back and coach. I like to do that.
Well, there you go. Well, best of luck to you. Best of luck to all three of you, not only in your senior year, but also in what you do once you guys leave Penn Hills High School. Our seniors of the week, Tyler Berryman, Dante Brown, and Brandon Bailey of the 2008 Penn Hills Indians. Coming up next, conference play begins, I should say, for the 2008 season. The Plum Mustangs come to town, and it's coming your way next here on Comcast. UHAS McGinley Stadium at Penn Hills High School. Tonight, the Penn Hills Indians host the Plum Mustangs. A very pleasant good evening to you, starting off in spectacular fashion. Tonight, the Indians and the Mustangs start conference play here at UHAS McGinley Stadium. The Indians non-conference play 1-3. The Mustangs 0-4, losses to Indiana, McKeesport, Mars, and last week to Franklin Regional. The Indians a tough loss last week at the hands of North Allegheny, a final play field goal, which went off the crossbar and rolled over, and the Indians lost to North Allegheny, moving the record to 1-3. Indians captains on the field. We have Tommy Fulton, Chris Darby, Nick Boobin, Corey Kircher, and Gabe Wright. Plum captains, Travis Kuhn, Matt Tabin, and David Hoyson. Beautiful night for football here in western Pennsylvania. Friday night, late September. Cloudy skies, chance of rain in the area. Had a chance all day, haven't seen any. But it's cloudy, cool, perfect night for football, and it's right here in Penn Hills. The Indians getting underway. They'll be kicking off to the Mustangs. Indians in the gold helmets, red jerseys, red pants. The Mustangs, purple helmets, white jerseys, and white pants with the purple numbers and purple trim. Mustangs moving left to right. And Mike Faracco get ready to tee it up. May have some opportunities tonight for some long field goals. The coaches would like to see what he can do. And if the opportunity permits, they're going to give him a shot at it. Corey Myers and Eric Gamboa back for the Mustangs. It's going to go to Eric Gambona at the 6-yard line. We are underway here at Penn Hills. Gamboa coming to the near side, gets across the 25. Indians will close after he gets up across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. 29 yards on the return for Gamboa, and the Mustangs will start there. The Mustangs, through 4 games on the season, 14 points scored by the offense. They're obviously going to need to get that offense going as we start conference play here tonight. The Indian defense, stellar performance last week at North Allegheny. They gave up 19 points early and then shut the Tigers down until 2 late field goals. Josh Munzak, the quarterback for the Mustangs. Receivers split each way, send a man in motion, have twins to the left side. They'll keep it on the ground. Gamboa hit in the backfield, may get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he'll lose a yard back to the 33. And the Mustangs will be looking at a 2nd down and 12. Just underway here at Penn Hills. Clock rolling under 11.5 minutes to go. Opening quarter, opening position of the game. Again, Munzek under center. I formation behind him. That's Kuhn in front of Gamboa, and it'll be Gamboa coming near side. Has a lane, gets up across the 40-yard line, and that's about all. We'll pick up about 7. And the Mustangs will be looking at about a 3rd and 4. Indians once again this week without Dan Mason, the linebacker. Also leader on the Indian defense. Also missing him at fullback. They got Alec L in at fullback. We'll see him when the Indians get their opportunity with the football. 3rd and 4 for the Mustangs. Kuhn trying to find somewhere to go. The Indians close quickly. Gabe Wright will wrap him up at the 40-yard line for no gain. And the Mustangs will have to bring on the punting unit. Darby drops back about his own 25-yard line. The Mustangs will set it up. Get the kick. The kick is blocked. The Indians pick it up at the 30-yard line and fall on it at the 29. It looked like Brandon Bailey got up to block the punt. And the Indians will get it at the 30-yard line. Coach Graham talking last night said the Indians really need to start getting some good starting field position. Well, the Indians starting here at the Mustang 30-yard line. Tommy Fulton, the quarterback for the Indians. Brandon Eiffel will split to the right. Dante Brown to the near side. Offset I behind Fulton. Blakeman hit in the backfield and will go down. He slips. Matt Tabin with the contact at the 33-yard line. So T. Raw's first carry of the game will be a loss of 3. Backs now split behind Fulton. He'll look this side for Brown. Hauls it in at the 27-yard line. And hit out of bounds at the 22. Picks up 10 on the reception. And the Indians will have a 3rd and short. Clock will stop for a moment. 9:23 to go here opening period. Indians set up at the 30-yard line. Indians special teams blocking the Plum punt. Andrew Foster, the end of the near side. I formation behind Fulton. And the Indians jump. Like Brett Allen moved. So instead of a 3rd and 2, the Indians are looking at a 3rd and 7. Indian big offensive line coming together. Big number 54, Corey Kircher, 6'3", 282. Behind Allen at left guard. Blakeman looking for a hole, stiff arms one man. It gets across the 25, and will go out of bounds at about the 23. Needed 7, got 4. And the Indian offense will stay on the field. Fulton, straight drop, looks right, throws, has a man. Brown, good enough for the first down inside the 20. At about the 18-yard line. Excuse me, that was Brandon Eiffel. Needed 3, got about 5, and the Indians moved the sticks. We'll have it first down at the Plum 18-yard line. Clock will stop for a moment while they set the sticks. Here we go, rolling again, under 8.5 to go here, opening period. Berryman and Brown near side. Eiffel at the top of your screen. Looking this way. Berryman hauls it in at the 22-yard line. Gets inside the 10. It'll be first and goal. Indians at the 5. 13 yards for Tyler Berryman. Gives the Indians a first and goal. Berryman with the beautiful touchdown catch in the end zone last week at North Allegheny High School. And one of our seniors of the week. Fulton under center, Taylor Adams. Blakeman inside the 5. Down to about the 2-yard line. Another 3 yards for Blakeman, and Indians looking at a second down and goal. Right side of the Indians' offensive line, number 57, Nick Bernhardy, number 78, Matt Campbell. Eiffel goes right, Brown comes left. Again, Foster, the end of the right I formation. L in front of T-Raw. T-Raw into the end zone for the Indians' touchdown. Blakeman from 2 yards out gets the Indians on the board first with 7:21 to go here in the first quarter. Blakeman just followed Alec L., who took out a linebacker, and Blakeman went right into the end zone. And Farraco looks to add the point after. Farraco's kick up and through. 7:21 to go, first quarter. Penn Hill 7, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Farraco to kick off for the second time tonight. The Indians scoring drive. 7 plays, 30 yards. Blakeman the 2-yard run. And the Indians with the early lead. Indians had the short field following the blocked punt. They recovered it at the 30-yard line. Farraco will send Gamboa inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. Gets up across to 15, and that's it. Plum will start at the 18-yard line. Eric Vincent on the tackle for the Indians. And Plum, who's had difficulty scoring so far this season, is inside their own 20. Plum, 3 plays and out on their opening possession, a total of 6 yards. Travis Kuhn will be to Munzek's left. And a flag comes in. Mustang lined up in the neutral zone. So Plum going the wrong direction early on here. Now starting at their own 13. Munzek will come out in the shotgun. Kuhn to his left. Eric Gamboa will move into the slot. And it'll be Kuhn. Brought down by about 4 Indians. Gabe Wright made the initial contact. Also in the Indians, Stephon Thompson. Like Terrell Washington in on the tackle. And number 8, Miles Davis. Lost back to the 9-yard line. Be a loss of 4. Plum will set up in the eye. Draw play. Gamboa into a sea of red. A flag will come in at the 5-yard line. Tyreek Walker, tackle for the Indians. And Aaron Donald. Face mask call against the Indians. The incidental 5-yard penalty. And we repeat, second down. Ball at the 12-yard line. Called a second down and 16 for the Mustangs. Plum sends a man in motion to the left. He'll keep it on the ground. Hand off to Gamboa. It gets away from the first tackler, second, but not the third. Indians' Tyreek Walker will wrap him up at the 22-yard line. And the Mustangs looking at a third down, and we'll call it about 6. Receiver each way for the Mustangs. And it's to the near side. Indians, the Mustangs now 3 receivers this way. And they'll keep it with the Gamboa on the ground, looking across the 20. Gets across the 25. He'll be short of the first down. Finally wrapped up by Walker. And the Indians' Aaron Donald. Give him 4 yards on the 3rd and 6. Call it 4th and a long 2. And the Mustangs will fall into punt formation. There's an official timeout. John Amorosi back to punt for the Mustangs. Had his first one blocked, and there's an injured Indian. Colin Kristen goes off, and Brandon Eiffel comes on. Darby will be back at his own 37-yard line. Indian stack, 10 men on the line once again. And the Indians jump off sides. I don't know, they had more than one man in motion at the same time. Is that legal? Let's check the call. If it goes against the Indians, it's a first down. And it's going to be a false start against the Mustangs. That was multiple men in motion at the same time. See, the Indians were coming. Plum gets the kick away this time. Darby from the 43, looking for somewhere to go, goes right, looking for some blocks, and gets across the 50, and that's about all. So the Indians will have the ball. 4:17 to go, first quarter. The Indians up by 7. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Indians come to the line, 1st and 10, just on their side of the 50-yard line. Blakeman. Pick up about 3. We'll give him 2 to the 48. And Indians with a 2nd down and 8. Clock rolling under 4 minutes to go here, opening quarter. 7-0 Penn Hills over the Plum Mustangs. Indians wasting no time. Offset eye behind Fulton. Eiffel comes in motion this way. Toss, Blakeman, right side, across the 50, 45. First down, Teddy. Brought down from behind, inside the 35, at the 34-yard line. Another 14 yards for Blakeman. The Indians get another first down. And Blakeman looking like he's starting to get the feet moving. Eiffel came in motion this way, and then the Indians tossed towards him. And then Blakeman following the blocks of Eiffel and Alec L. Blakeman again looking for somewhere to go. Slithers his way up to the 31. A late flag comes in. So he's going to get marked off against the Indians. Personal foul. So Blakeman picks up 2, and they mark off the 15 yards, so it'll be a first down and 23. Clock running under 3 minutes to go. Indians first down, 23 at their own 46-yard line following the personal foul penalty. Berryman joins Brown on the near side. Fulton will throw. Straight drop looking down the sideline. Has Eiffel. And does Eiffel hold it? No, he catches it out of bounds. Oh, my. Eiffel was wide open, but Fulton let him out of bounds. Fulton throws that ball about another yard or two inside. And that's 6 points for the Indians. Instead, the Indians now with a second down and 23. Fulton runs into his own man. Alec L steps up in the pocket looking for somewhere to go. Throws, gets the pass away, but too far for Eiffel. Fulton did a nice job of scrambling around to get the pass away, but initially looked like he wanted to throw this way quickly, but ran into his own man. That was Alec L in the backfield. And did a nice job of holding on to the football. Delay, there it comes. Blakeman on the draw, across the 40. Stumbles his way across the 38, goes down at the 37. Picks up 9. And the Indians with a 4th and long. Ball will be at the 38-yard line. It will be about a 55-yard field goal from this point. I don't think the Indians are going to try to have Faracco hit one from that far just yet. Although knowing Mike Faracco, he's on the sideline saying, I can do it. I can do it. Darius Patton into the game for the Indians, receiver this way. Fulton scrambling around, looking for somewhere to go, hit from behind, and he'll be sacked at the 46-yard line, a loss of 8. And the Indians turn the ball over on downs, and the Plum Mustangs, with 1:30 to go here in the first quarter, will have the ball at their own 46-yard line. Coon, helmet comes off. Aaron Donald and Tyreek Walker with the hit. Wow, that one popped straight in the air. Coon, no gain on the play. But he got up. Got the helmet back on. And the officials are going to call a timeout while they work on Travis Coon's helmet. 57 seconds ago, opening quarter. The Indians up by 7. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. So the Indians called timeout on top of the official timeout. Timeout coming with 52 seconds to go in the opening quarter. Indians up by only 7. I formation behind Munzek. Gamboa looking for somewhere to go. And has nowhere to go. Give him a gain of a yard on the play, and it'll be 3rd down and 9. Came into the line, but the Indians were just all over that Plum offensive line. And Gamboa just had nowhere to go. It's really a nice job of picking up a yard. Indians jump off sides, nothing called. And the pass incomplete. Indians went into the neutral zone, and the officials didn't call anything. So Penn Hills gets away with one. And it'll be 4th down for the Mustangs. I'm surprised that the Plum coaching staff isn't jumping up and down. I mean, that was clearly encroachment. But hey, sometimes you get the bear. Darby at his 27-yard line. Still on his feet across the 35. And a sea of yellow comes flying in. Darby will go down at the 31. On what should be the final play of the first quarter. Ordinarily, when that many flags come flying in, yeah, it's going to go against the receiving team. So we're going to mark it off from about the 39-yard line. Mark it from the 40. Darby with a 13-yard return, and late penalty will mark this one back to the 29-yard line. And that'll do it for the first quarter. After one period of play, your score, Penn Hills 7, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Second quarter about to get underway with the Indians. Jumping early. So the Indians will be marched back to the 24-yard line. It'll be 1st and 15. They'd let anybody in this place, won't they? So before we even run a play in the second quarter, the Indians are at a 1st and 15, and they jump again. It's 2 in a row for Matt Campbell. Uncharacteristic. So the Indians with a 1st and 20. Brandon Eiffel splits to the near side. Dante Brown will go left. Foster, the end of the near side. I formation behind Tommy Fulton. And that's going to be Darby looking for somewhere to go. Breaks across the 25, the 30. Into the secondary, across the 40, near side, still on his feet. Darby up across the 45, a flag deep in the secondary. But Darby will get up to the 48-yard line. A 29-yard run for Chris Darby. First down for the Indians. Let's check the flag. The downfield hold will be marked off at the Plum 44. They're going to mark it off from the end of the run. So instead of a 1st down and 20, we have a 1st down and 1. Darby will have the 1st down across the 40 to the 43-yard line. Darby picks up another 4. And the Indians get their 1st down. Clock will stop for a moment, 11:37 to go. And we're running. Like to see the Indians try Eiffel down the sideline. Won't be this play, it's just Darby going left. Has a hole into the secondary. Dives up close to the 50. That's right where they're going to mark him. He picks up 7. Flag back at the 41-yard line. Holding call against the Indians. That'll wipe out the play, and in essence an 11-yard penalty because they'll mark it off from the spot of the foul. Actually 12 yards. So the Indians march back to the 31-yard line. Blakeman looking for somewhere to go. And the Mustangs do a nice job of keeping Teddy for a gain of 1. So the Indians hurting themselves with the penalties. Fulton pumps, looking, streaking down the sideline goes Eiffel, and the pass just overthrown. I'm going to bring up a 3rd down and call it 21 for the Indians. Clock will stop with 10:31 to go here, second quarter. Indians up 7-0. Indians scoring drive was 30 yards following a blocked punt. Since then, the Indians doing a nice job of shooting themselves in the foot. Berryman and Eiffel come to this way. Bailey and Brown left. It's Patton. Indians set up the screen. And Plum is right there to drop Blakeman for a loss back at the 30-yard line. Blakeman hauls it in. It's a loss of 2. James Montgomery right there to stop Blakeman on the screen. And the Indians will be forced to punt with 10:10 to go. Fulton will drop back inside his own 20. High snap, Fulton gets it in, gets the kick away. Nice, booming kick. Hits at the 25, picked up at the 21, and that's it. Joseph Bailey. Give him a return of about 4. The Mustangs will start at their own 25-yard line. Booming kick by Fulton. And the Indians turn it over again. That was the first punt of the game for the Indians. Last possession, they turned it over on downs. And the first possession of the game went for a touchdown. Gamboa. Into the arms of Aaron Donald, maybe a yard. And the officials say no. Plum still looking for a first down. It's going to erase that one. It's going to be a loss of 5, a false start penalty. So that erases the play. Kuhn on the delay, hit in the backfield, and then wrapped up. Stephon Thompson with the initial hit. Well, the rest of the Indian defense closed quickly. A loss of 4. And credit Miles Davis with the tackle. Aaron Donald also in there. And the Mustangs with a 2nd and long. Setback is Kuhn. Gamboa's in the slot. Plum rolling this way under pressure from behind. And Plum gets the pass away. Is it caught? It looks like it is. At about the 28-yard line. Chris Washington on the tackle for the Indians. To be short of the first down. Now the Plum Mustangs with a 3rd and a long 6. Clock rolling under 8:05 to go here, second quarter. Pace of the game started quickly, and it has slowed tremendously. And the Mustangs will use a timeout. 7:59 to go, first half. Indians 7, Mustangs nothing. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Mustangs send 3 receivers to the right. Kuhn alone setback. Monzek will throw. Looks to set up the screen near side. Has a man. Pass complete. Carlo Guadagnino. Excuse me, it was Frank Kuhn. Frank Kuhn picks up 2. And Mustangs will have to turn it back over to the Indians. Be 4th and 4. See if the Mustangs try to do something to draw the Indians offside. That would give them a penalty. Darby back inside his own 40 at the 37-yard line. Plum gets the kick away. Picked up at the 33 by Darby, and that's it. Nice coverage on the play by the Mustangs' Joseph Weston. And the Indians will start at their own 33-yard line with 7:07 to go here in half number 1. And the Mustangs, they have yet to get a first down here in the first half. Indians have but 3. Brown and Eiffel split each way, I formation behind Fulton, and they're going to give it to Darby. Darby up the middle, across the 45, 50. Darby with a big run, but there's a flag back at the 35-yard line. Darby fumbled at the end. The Indians recover. Dante Brown with the recovery, but a flag back at the 33. It's going to be a holding call against the Indians. Second time a big run by Darby. It's called back. So in essence, an 11-yard penalty since they mark it off from the spot of the foul. It'll be first down, 21 Indians. Ball at the 23-yard line. Darby again looking for somewhere to go, breaks to the outside, gets a block, and does a nice job to pick up about 5. And the Indians with a second down and long. Clock at 6:20 and running. Indians up by 7. Fulton stumbles as he gets to Blakeman, hit in the backfield. And Blakeman fights his way back to the line of scrimmage. So the Indians looking at a 3rd and 15. Blakeman, lone setback behind Fulton. Berryman in the slot. Fulton, straight drop, looking downfield, has the pass complete. Eiffel will be close to a first down. See where he mark him. Looks like he's going to get 14 when he needs 15. They may bring this one out for a measurement. No, I don't think they will. It's going to be 4th and less than a yard, I believe. Since we can't see exactly where they have the ball, it's hard to tell. Ball marked on the near side of the field in front of the Plum bench. So they're going to bring the sticks all the way across the field. Official standing at about the 45-yard line. John and Randy, stick crew. And can't see down to our right down there. It looks like they're calling about an inch or 2. So officially 14 yards. And the Indians with 4th and about 2 inches. Blakeman's behind Fulton. Let's see if Fulton keeps it himself, and he does. And why not? Fulton will get across to 45. To the 46-yard line. Officially a 3-yard run for Fulton. And the Indians another first down with 5 minutes to go here in the half. Indians do get the ball to start half number 2, so a touchdown here late in the half would be big for the Indians. Blakeman behind an Alec L block will get wrapped up in the backfield. Loss of 2. And the Indian offense just can't seem to quite get it going. Had a couple of big plays called back from penalties. And the Indians with a 2nd down and 12. Fulton with a straight drop. Here come the Mustangs. Fulton throws downfield, has a man, the pass complete across the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Penn Hills, Darius Patton. From 56 yards out, and the Indians scored just like that. Fulton was under pressure, stepped up in the pocket. For a moment, I thought he was going to take off. There was a lot of room in front of him. Spotted Patton going down the sideline. Hauled it in about the 20-yard line, broke a tackle, and rumbled his way into the end zone. The Indians add 6 more. Fracco looks to make it 7. Kick up and through. 4:06 to go. First half. Penn Hills 14, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network. That's this kid kicking off. Mike Fracco teeing it up once again. Taken at the 14-yard line. Gamboa looking for somewhere to go. Follows the blockers up across the 34 to the 36-yard line. Stephon Thompson with the tackle, and the Mustangs with a first down at the 37. Mustangs 2 timeouts left. Plum will throw, under pressure from behind as he throws the pass away. Intended for Kuhn. Was unable to hold on. It'll be a 2nd down for the Mustangs. Clock stops, 3:54 to go. Mustangs 2 timeouts left, same for the Indians. So I think you'll see the Indians use timeouts on the next 2 plays if Plum runs or completes. Option. Kuhn. Across the 40, gets a first down for the Indians, cuts for the Mustangs. We're going to see, did he step out of bounds before the sticks? No, he didn't. He stepped out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, 13 yards for Kuhn. And the Mustangs get their first down of the half. The clock will stop with 3:43 to go. Monzek rolls to his right, gets the pass away. Complete to Kuhn. No relation to Travis. Down about the 46-yard line, pick up a 4. And clock will continue to run. Called a second down and 6. Ball just outside the 45 at the 46-yard line. Monzek from the shotgun. This way again on the option, pitches it away. Kuhn looking for somewhere to go. Breaks a tackle, does not get by Aaron Donald. It will drop him for no gain. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 6. Clock continues to run. I'm surprised the Indians don't use a timeout. Mike Airgood being credited with the tackle. That would be number 58. Should have known, he came up just like his brothers. Straight drop, Monzek setting up the screen. Throws up a pass, picked off! Dubin at the 44, brings it up to the 47-yard line. They threw it right to him. And the Indians have it back with 2:16 to go. We'll have it at their own 47-yard line. 2 timeouts for the Indians. If you're Penn Hills, I think you've got to try to throw one deep here just to take a shot at it. Fulton with a shotgun to his right from the shotgun. Looking, throws underneath, has a man, pass complete, falling down over there is Darius Patton. No, he does not hold on to the ball. Pass incomplete, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Indians. Again, Fulton from the shotgun. That looks like the Indians jumped. So it'll be a 2nd down and 15. Clock stops at 1:50. Blakeman on the draw. Back to the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd down and 10 for the Indians. Indians go no huddle. Go hurry up offense here for the Indians. Fulton downfield has a man, pass complete. Catching it on his knees at the 40-yard line is Dante Brown. Be a pickup of 13 and a 1st down for the Indians. Again, Indians go no huddle. Fulton looking. Down the sideline, has a man, and pass overthrown, intended for Berryman. I said the Indians had to take a shot at it. The Indians go no huddle. Stop the clock. They had time to everything reset. Blakeman on the draw across the 35. Down to about the 34-yard line. Nick Bernhardt hit from behind, goes down, gets up. Pickup of 6 for Blakeman. And the Indians with another third down. Fulton from the shotgun. Has room to run. Throws. Pass complete. Another big reception on third down for Dante Brown. Inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. 12 yards for Dante. And another first down for the Indians. Clock will stop while they reset the sticks. No, I think the Indians use a timeout here. They do. Indians have one left. So the Indians with a first down at the 22-yard line. Have 39 seconds on the clock. And one timeout left. Again, if you're the Indians, I think you still have to try to take another shot at the end zone. I think that's what the Indians may be talking over. Coach Graham out towering over the huddle. Behind Coach Schifino, and there's Coach Belinsky with the Wilson. So he hydrates Tommy Fulton, and they're ready to go. Interesting formation for the Indians. Plum coming on the blitz. Fulton, room to run, throws underneath, has Berryman inside the 15, down close to the 10. He'll go out of bounds and stop the clock. They're going to mark him at the 11-yard line, 12 yards for Tyler Berryman. And it'll be 1st and 10 with 33 seconds to go. Again, another touchdown here for the Indians. They do get the ball to start half number 2. So an opportunity to really put this one away. Brown and Patton go left. Eiffel splits way wide to the near side. Berryman is in the slot. Patton will come in motion to join Berryman. Blakeman, sidecar to Fulton's right. Fulton looking, end zone towards Brown. And Brown unable to hold on to it into double coverage. Pass will fall incomplete. The Indians will look at a 2nd down and 11. Should be 2nd and 10 from the 11. With 26 seconds to go. With the clock stopped, the Indians move into a huddle. Again, Brown and Patton to the left. Berryman will join Eiffel to the near side. Blakeman to Fulton's right. Patton comes in motion to be slot this way. Fulton looking right. Throws underneath towards Patton inside the 5. And to the 5, excuse me. Mark him at the 6. And the Indians will use their final timeout. 5-yard pickup to Patton. And the Indians will be looking at a 3rd down and about 5. They can have a first down inside the 1-yard line. I think the Indians are looking to try to get it into the end zone. Obviously, you're in maybe 2-down territory, but then again, if they don't get it here, they might bring out Mike Fracco to go up by 17, thinking they get the ball to start half number 2. So the Indians need to either get out of bounds or into the end zone on this play, or get to the line quickly. It's a 3rd and 5 at the 6-yard line. If they get inside the 1-yard line, the clock will stop while they reset the sticks. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull a draw play. Fulton looking, end zone, flush, throws, and a pass is picked off by the Mustangs. They'll run it out. John Amorosi up the sideline. Inside the 30, 1 man to beat, and Plum unable to block him. Brandon Eiffel will knock him out inside the 20-yard line. Amorosi caught it about 8 yards deep in the end zone. So about an 87-yard interception return for Amorosi. Fulton might have done better to just tuck it under and run. The Mustangs will call a timeout with 2 seconds to go. We'll take a break. 14-0 Indians. Wow, it's a wild one. Indians the opportunity to put it away. They don't do it. Last play of the first half coming up next. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. So the Indian defense back on the field. I'm surprised Amorosi ran it out of the end zone, but heck, he almost got into the end zone the other way. Barring the penalty, this will be the final play of the half. Munzek from the shotgun at his 25. Mustangs have to go end zone. Flag at the line, throwing towards the end zone. And a pass caught for a Plum touchdown. Ryan Beener, let's check the flag. If it's against Plum, the half will be over. And it is. Legal shift against the Mustangs. The pass on now what is the final play of the half falls incomplete. Unfortunately, no harm done following the turn of events there. Second half action coming your way next. The score, Penn Hills 14, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. First half, the Indians 10 penalties, 95 yards. The Mustangs' total offense was 46 yards. So the Indians have twice as many penalty yards than the Mustangs do offensive yards. The Indians one turnover, a big one, an interception in the end zone. The Plum ran back to the 20-yard line. Plum had a touchdown on the following play there, which should have come with time running out in the first half. But the Mustangs a illegal shift. Indians accepted the penalty, therefore they get another play. And the Mustangs unable to get back into the end zone, and the score remained 14-0 at the half. The Indians will get the ball to start half number 2. Teddy Blakeman in the first half, 12 carries, 42 yards. Chris Darby, 4 carries for 35. Penn Hills' Tommy Fulton, 10 of 17, 1 interception, 144 yards. And we're underway here, the second half, short kickoff. Hauled in by the Indians' Tyreek Walker. And the Indians will get the ball at about the 35-yard line. So the Indians will get it at their own 37-yard line. So Plum statistician supplying us with these great stats. And Fulton will bring the Indians to the line to start half number 2. Blakeman follows his blockers up to the 42-yard line for a pickup of 5. Needless to say, in the first half locker room, the coaches were not happy. Indians playing well defensively. They like to see the offense get a little bit of life here. Blakeman again, he'll rumble ahead close to a first down, stretches the ball out, does get it. We'll pick up 6, and the Indians get a first down here early in half number 2. Indians go with the no huddle. And the wind starting to pick up. appears the Mustangs are going to get a dose of Teddy Blakeman. Dives ahead for 3 yards. And the Indians looking at a 2nd and 7. Indians 13 minutes and 15 seconds of possession time in the first half to Plum's 10:45. Indians 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Mustangs were 0 for 5. Blakeman just short of the first down. He needed 7, got 6. And the Indians with a 3rd and 1. And again they go no huddle. Blakeman gets a breather. It'll be Darby behind Alec L. Big L wearing number 39. He told me that last week after the game, after I called him by the wrong name all game. Darby dives ahead. It looks like he'll have the first down. The Indians will get a fresh set, and they bring Gabe Wright in to be the tight end to the near side. And Gabe Wright goes in motion left to right. Darby looking for somewhere to go. Across the 40 to the 38-yard line, picks up 4. And the Indians again without a huddle. Darby hit in the backfield, will be dropped for a loss. Back at the original line of scrimmage. Picks up 4, loses 4. The Indians with a 3rd and 10. Clock running, approaching 9 minutes to go here in quarter number 3. Fulton from the shotgun with a sidecar to his right. Looking, tucks it up, throws downfield, has a man in a pass short for Dante Brown. And the Indians looking at a 4th and 9, call it. Ball at the 41. Clock stops with 8:49 to go. Quarter number 3, the Indians up 14-0. Indians were 2 of 3 on 4th down conversions in the first half. And Fulton will be sacked back at the 48-yard line. So Plum will take over on downs. And great field position at the 48-yard line. Now Plum, their first opportunity of the half. They were led in the first half rushing by Eric Gamboa, who had 21 carries on 7 yards. Passing-wise, Josh Munzek, 3 of 7, 1 yard. Excuse me, 1 interception and 18 yards. Gamboa looking near side, eludes Boobin. Finally, Boobin will help Stephon Thompson bring him down after a gain of maybe a yard. Kuhn into the arms. Of the Indians, Aaron Donald. Like Chris Washington coming in for effect at the end.
Number 36, Corey Pabastic with the repairing for Plum.
And the Mustangs looking at a 3rd down and 9. Clock running, 7.5 to go, 3rd quarter. And the Mustangs take too much time. So instead of 3rd and 9, they'll be looking at a 3rd and 14. Mustangs had 4 penalties for 21 yards in the first half. Swing pass left side. That is a run. Gamboa. Up across the 50 to the 49-yard line. A late flag comes in. So mark him right at the 50 for a pickup of 6. Terrell Glanton. In this case, looks like this was going to go against the Indians. It's going to be a personal foul call against Penn Hills. 15-yard mark-off gives the Mustangs a 1st down. Going to go down to the 35-yard line.
After the play, we had an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Penn Hills Indians. The result of the penalty would be a
Mustangs only 2 first downs in the first half. First one here in half number 2 coming via the penalty. Plum loses the football, intercepted. Aaron Donald at the 40-yard line. Donald across the 30, the 20. One man to beat, gets a block. But nice job on a touchdown-saving tackle as Aaron Donald will return it to the 10-yard line. 50 yards on the fumble return. And the Indians with a 1st and goal. $40. 50 yards. 50 yards on the fumble return. And the Indians 1st and goal. Blakeman down to the 2-yard line, 8 yards. Indians 2nd down and goal. It looked like they were going to go on the. That would be an intercepted fumble. 2nd down and goal, Indians. Blakeman again into the pile, into the line, into the end zone, touchdown. T-Raw Teddy. Ted Raw. His 2nd touchdown of the game. The Indians extend the lead to 20-0. Plum's John Munzek was coming on the option. The Indians wrapped him up, pulled the ball loose. Donald caught it at the 40 and just rambled his way down to the 10-yard line. On Fracco's kick, up and good. The Indians 10 yards, 2 plays, extend the lead. Now Penn Hills 21, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football here on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network. Franco to tee it up at the 40-yard line. Gamboa and Myers back for Plum. Gamboa at the 5-yard line, comes near side across the 20. Wrapped up at the 23-yard line. Tyreek Walker with the tackle. Mustangs will get started at their own 24-yard line. That formation behind Munzek. They're offset. It'll be Gamboa looking left. He'll get some room across the 30, 35, 40. We'll have a first down. Eric Gamboa out to the 45. That's a 21-yard pickup for Gamboa and a first down for the Mustangs. And an injured Indian on the far side of the field. That's Eric Newsom. Second timeout, 5:55 to go, third quarter. Penn Hills 21, Plum nothing. You're watching Indians football on Comcast. Indian defense getting the instructions following the injury timeout to Eric Newsom. And the Mustangs to the line quickly. Kuhn, first man through into the arms of Gabe Wright to the 49-yard line, a pickup of 3. That'll be second out and 7 for the Mustangs. Some life for the Mustangs following that 21-yard run. First carry of the game for Corey Myers. And he'll get to the Indian 47-yard line. It's 5 yards. And the Mustangs with a 3rd and 2. Stephon Thompson with the tackle for the Indians. A flag back at the 44-yard line. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct call against the Indians. And the Indians just keep tacking on the penalty yards. So it'll be marked off down to the Penn Hills 40-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Mustangs. Here's the 15-yarder. It goes down to the 35. Myers, left side. Close to a first down for the Mustangs. Indians Brandon Bailey on the tackle, 8 yards for Corey Myers. Kuhn gives the Mustangs a first down at the 20-yard line, 7 yards. And Plum with some life here in quarter number 3.
Number 35, Travis Plum takes the ball. Timeout number 55.
Terrell Glanton with the tackle, but not until Plum picks up the first down. I formation behind Munzik. It'll be Myers. Hit in the backfield and wrapped up, brought down. Miles Davis at the bottom of the pile. It'll be a loss of 3 and a second down and 13 for the Mustangs.
Corey Myers stopped for a 3-yard line by the Penn defense. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Clock running, 3:10 to go here, quarter number 3. Indians up 21-0. Monzek, play action, throws underneath, has a man, wide open. Johnny on the spot, Frank Kuhn gets inside the 10-yard line. First and goal, Mustangs at the 9 after a pickup of 14. And the Mustangs had a touchdown called back in the first quarter. Excuse me, in the first half, in the last play of the first half. Penalty nullified the touchdown, and the Mustangs an incomplete pass on what was the final play of the first half. This following an interception in the end zone. Plum ran back 87 yards. Gamboa looking for a hole, 5, cuts inside the 5, close to the goal line, touchdown Plum! So following the turnover that gave the Indians 7 points, the Mustangs go 76 yards in 8 plays. And we'll now try the point after. Low snap. Plum gets the kick up and through. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Penn Hills 21, Plum 7. You're watching Indians football here on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network. Mustangs go 76 yards in 8 plays, cut the Indian lead to 14, and the Mustangs will squib it. Thompson hauled it in, fumbled it, and then fell on by the Indians at the 32-yard line. So we'll see how the Indians respond. Only the 3rd touchdown of the season for the Mustangs. Blakeman. Hole closes quickly, stays on his feet, dives up close to the 40-yard line. I'll mark him right there. 8 yards for Teddy Blakeman. Indians with a second down and short. Hit initially at the line. Was not brought down. Then about 2 yards later, wrapped up, but he fought his way ahead up to the 40-yard line. Breaking tackles. Ted Ra. Blakeman again. Hit in the backfield. Gets away from the first man, but not tacklers 2, 3, 5, 6, and 7. And Blakeman will lose 2. Indians with a 3rd down and 4. Darby will get the Indians a first down across the 50 to the Mustang 48-yard line. 14 yards for Darby and a first down for the Indians. Darby again. 1, maybe 2 yards to the 46-yard line.
Once again, David Wilson makes a stop for Plum. Gain of 1 yard. Second
Fulton brings up the Indians, no huddle. Darby again. Inside the 45 to the 40-yard line, 3 yards. The Indians with a 3rd and 5. Clock running, 45 seconds to go here, third quarter. The Indians up by 14. Both teams trading touchdowns here in the third quarter. Darby for another couple.
Number 46, Ryan Cummings makes a key stop for Plum.
And the Indians with a 4th and 3.
That'll be 4th down and 3. One object. On the 41-yard line.
And the Indians let the clock wind down. That'll do it for the third quarter. Fourth quarter action coming your way next with the score. Penn Hills 21, Plum 7. You're watching Indians football here on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network.
If you want to see these two teams go at it again, please come back tomorrow at the Plum High School field to check out the JV team as they play at 10 a.m.
Fourth quarter action about to get underway. The Indians with a 4th and 3. They're up by 14. They need to get inside the 38-yard line. Blakeman wrapped up in the backfield and goes down at the 41-yard line. No gain for Blakeman, and the Indians turn the ball over on downs again. And the Mustangs get it at the 41-yard line. The Mustangs have been starting out in good field position, but haven't been able to do anything. Started at the back of the 24. And a long drive of 76 yards.
But they're back at home on October 6th as they take on Fox Chapel.
Gamboa looking for a hole. Well, close, but not until Gamboa gets up to the 44-yard line, picks up 3.
Gamboa with the handoff. Tackle number 7, Washington.
Terrell Washington credited with the tackle. And the Mustangs with a 2nd down and 7. Gamboa from deep in the eye. Looked like he may have wanted to throw, but dives ahead for 2. And the Mustangs looking at a 3rd down and 6.
Talk about your big red defense.
Mustangs went 76 yards for the touchdown on their last possession. Onzek will throw, sets up the screen, and the pass is intercepted by Aaron Donald at the 46-yard line. Aaron Donald stayed home. Got the paws up in the air. A nice leap, Aaron Donald. Comes down with it, and the Indians have it at the Plum 46-yard line with 10:41 to go here, quarter number 4. Aaron Donald, a fumble recovery, now an interception here in the second half. And the Indian offense back on the field. Fulton, quarterback keeper. Flag comes in at the 50-yard line. Holding call goes against the Indians. So the Indians will look at it 1st and 21 as they march it back across the 50 to the Indians' 43-yard line. I think the Indians might be closing in on 200 penalty yards tonight. Another flag. Blakeman gets up to the 47, pickup of 5, but another penalty. They're going to mark this off from the spot of the foul, which in essence is a 16-yard penalty.
Because of the personal foul play, the ball got moved back. It's now 1st and 36.
56 yards in penalties here in the second half for the Indians. Berryman. Across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line. Berryman will pick up 10. Indians 56 yards this half in penalties, 95 in half number 1. 151 yards in penalties so far. Indians 2nd and 21. Eiffel hit as soon as he catches it at the 43. Pickup of 5.
Number 28, Eric Gumbo makes a play of defense this time with the key tackle. Take-out pass from Fulton to bring
The Indians looking at a 3rd and 20.
down and 20 at the 44-yard line.
Fulton steps up into the pocket and he'll be sacked again. Plum was coming on a blitz. A linebacker taking out of the play on a great block by Blakeman. But Fulton will be sacked for a loss of 5 and the punt team will come on. Plum coming with the pressure. Fulton gets the kick away. Will hit at the 34-yard line, take an Indian bounce, and go out at the 29. 8:02 to go, 4th quarter. Indians 21. Plum 7. You're watching Penn Hills football here on Comcast. Plum loses the football, and the Indians have it at the 20-yard line. Plum came out in the shotgun. The Indians catch a big break. It takes them 4 seconds to get the ball back, and they have it at the 20-yard line. Plum come out in the shotgun. I don't know if the center snapped it when he wasn't supposed to, but it looks like it went right by Munzek. And the Indians fell on it at the 20. Blakeman on the ground, inside the 10, 5. She was just inside the 10-yard line. So Blakeman was at Stephon Thompson. That was Stephon Thompson. They'll pick up 11. It'll be first and goal. Indians at the 9-yard line. Blakeman from the up back position goes 9 yards. Blakeman come in as a fullback. Takes it to 9 yards into the end zone. The Indians extend the lead. Blakeman. Adds to his touchdown total of the night. Gets the hat trick. That's his third. And Faracco puts an exclamation point on it. So the Indians get the lead back up to 21. They lead the Mustangs by a score of 28-7. And the Indians put 2 turnovers in this half into 2 touchdowns. So it takes the Indians 2 plays to go the 20 yards. Stephon Thompson the first 11, and they put Teddy Blakeman in at the fullback. They sneak it to him, and he rumbles the 9 yards. So the Indians kicking team back out onto the field with 7:46 to go. Myers and Gambino deep for the Mustangs. Gamboa from the 13-yard line, looking for somewhere to go, and the Indians will drop him at the 25. So the Mustangs in this game, but the 2 turnovers have cost them dearly here in half number 2. First, the Aaron Donald fumble return, and then the recovered fumble at the 20-yard line. And there's an injured Mustang on the field. 7:40 to go, 4th quarter. Penn Hills 28, Plum 7. You're watching Indians football here on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network.
Number 28, Eric Gamboa is down the field for the Plum Mustangs.
Mustangs on a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Munzek to throw. Throws underneath, has a man. Daniel Grime to the 33-yard line. Pickup of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Mustangs. Clock continues to run. 7:15 to go here, 4th quarter. 28-7 Indians. Try him again. This time on the ground, he'll give the Mustangs a first down at the 37-yard line after a pickup of 4. Play action. Monzek flushed out of the pocket, chased by Boobin across the 40, 45. Finally hit close to the 50. The marker at the 47-yard line, a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down. Ball at the 48-yard line of the Plum Mustangs. Kenny looking for Myers looking for somewhere to go. Wrapped up by Boobin and brought down after a short, if at all, gain. We'll call it no gain. It'll be second down and 10. Plum down 3 scores. No particular hurry here. Clock rolling under 5.5 to go. From the shotgun. Plum's going to throw from there. Launches one up, has a man, and a pass underthrown. Corey Myers was under pressure on the pitch. Had he been able to really set up and put a little more into it, that might have been 6 points for the Mustangs. It falls incomplete. It'll be third down and 10 for the Mustangs. Clock stops, 5:22 to go here, fourth quarter. Don't forget, Indians in action Thursday night at Carnegie Mellon University to take on the Central Catholic Mustangs, who I understand did not have as good a recruiting season as Gateway this year. Plum to throw again, lofts one up. And almost intercepted. Washington was deep. That'll bring up a fourth down for the Mustangs.
Number 14, Joshua Bundy. Is a good pass, but the ball was broken up by number 14, Chris Washington. And now the fourth down for Mustangs.
I'll tell you what, you can tell this is a down year between, with both of these schools. Just look in the stands. Ordinarily, Penn Hill's Plum game, standing room only. Tonight, you can stand anywhere you want. Almost. Plum pass underneath Joe Weston. We'll have a first down at the Indian 39-yard line. 13 yards. So clock running under 5 minutes. There's timeout. Plum call timeout, they do. 4:48 to go. Indians up 28-7. Gonna keep it here. We're gonna take a break. We'll take a break. 4:48 to go, 28-7 Indians. You're watching Penn Hills football on Comcast. Over here. Mustangs on a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Monzek rolls this way, throws underneath, has a man, and it's dropped. Oh, my. Corey Podvaznik. And a penalty flag comes in.
Number 14. Joshua Mustangs pass incomplete to number 36. Corey Plavasnik. But there's a flag on the play.
This one's going to go against the Indians. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike penalty call against the Indians. It's 15 yards and a first down. Indians, it's like 166 yards in penalties.
On the Penn Indians. The penalty will result in a first down for Plum at the 24-yard line.
Penalty coming from the spot of the foul as well. That was from the line of scrimmage, excuse me. Mustangs first down at the 24-yard line. Swing pass this way, that's a run. Gamboa inside the 20. Down to the 18, a pickup of 6. And for those of you keeping score at home, that was a run. Backwards pass is a lateral.
With a jazzy tackle made by number 8, Miles Davis.
Clock running, approaching 4 minutes to go here, fourth quarter. Munzek looks, throws underneath, and the pass is caught. It looks like it is. Looked dangerously like it was going to be intercepted. It's Cody Yaka at the 18-yard line. Maybe a yard. Excuse me, Brian Beener. Clock rolling under 3.5 to go here, fourth quarter. And the Mustangs move. They give 5 back to the Indians. Hey, Richie. So instead of a 3rd and 4, it's going to be a 3rd and 9. And Plum, quick pass, incomplete. It was there, but the Mustangs' John Amoros unable to hold on to it. That'll bring up a 4th and 9.
It'll be flunked down, ball on the 23-yard line.
Gamboa, right side, hauls in the pass and loses a yard. The Indians will take over. So the Indians will get it with 3:07 to go. I think we'll see a healthy dose of running the football here. Indians will get it at their own 26-yard line. Blakeman gets across the 30 to the 32. 6 yards, and I think we'll just see a steady dose of Steady Teddy. Blakeman again. The Mustangs were waiting for him. And it brings up a 3rd down and 4. Clock under 2.5 and running. Darby. Stacked up at the line, no gain, and it'll bring up a 4th down. But more importantly, the Indians will watch the clock roll under 2 minutes. Plum apparently mailing this one in, not using any timeouts. And the Indians content to let the clock wind down. They may even take a delay of game penalty. And the Indians trying to get some personnel onto the field. They need to kind of move quickly here now. Flag at the line. Fulton gets the kick away. It's at the 34, takes a nice bounce inside the 22, the 19-yard line. It's going to be touched an Indian at the 32-yard line. But we have to check the flag. A false start against the Indians. The Mustangs will decline. That will get it at their own 32-yard line with 1:03 to go. Indians 166 penalty yards. We'll see what Plum does with 1:03 to go. Hey, can I get some of your final stats, please? Thanks. Gamboa hit in the backfield, brought down by Terrell Washington at the 29, a loss of 4. And the clock will roll under 50 seconds to go in the game. Clock now under 30 seconds. Again, the Indians in action Thursday night against Central Catholic, Carnegie Mellon. Plum launches one down the sideline and the pass. Like Brandon Eiffel caught it, but out of bounds. The clock will stop with 20 seconds to go, and the Mustangs with the 3rd down. Plum loses the football. It looks like the Indians fall on it. They do. The Indians recover with 15 seconds to go at the 30-yard line. And the Indians apparently will simply take a knee. Officially the 29-yard line. Indians take a knee, and the clock will wind down. That'll do it. The Indians go up by a score of 28-7, and that's your final. The big Story tonight, the Penn Hills Indians penalties, 95 yards in half number one. They finished with 166 yards in penalties. Once again, the Indians will be in action Thursday night, not Friday night, a Thursday night game at Carnegie Mellon University against the Central Catholic Vikings. I hope to see you there. Once again, your final score here from UHAS McGinley Stadium, the Penn Hills Indians 28, the Plum Mustangs 7. I'm Bill Navari. Thank you for watching Penn Hills Indians football here on Comcast and the MSA Sports Network.